So obviously a lot of the Yankees' key players are injured right now. So how do you think that affected who they decided to trade and who they decided to bring in?
The Yankees' injuries, I think, had a huge impact on what they did at the trade deadline. When you lose somebody like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and Cody Bellinger, that leaves huge gaps in your lineup. And they basically, their offense had sunk to the bottom of Major League Baseball, among the very worst teams in that capacity: run scoring, home runs, OPS, all those things. So what they did was try to find a couple offensive sparks for that, and what they did was get a couple of essentially platoon bats, good hitters, but guys that with very specific roles. Take Louis Garcia Jr., for example. He's a left-handed slugger that kills right-handed pitching. He had the third best OPS in all of baseball, perfect for the short porch here at Yankee Stadium, as we saw in his first game here. Hit a big two-run homer for them, so that was one box they checked. The other was finding a right-handed hitting outfielder, which they did in Elliot Ramos, who they got from the Giants. Again, he's a guy that hits left-handed pitching, so they hope that picking their spots here with the platoons, that these guys will fit specific roles that will in turn ignite an offense that, like I mentioned, just had a real hard time scoring runs, especially in the past month.
And with all that being said, Cashman even acknowledged that they could have done more with the trade. So what do you think might be missing?
Yeah, it was interesting in talking to Brian Cashman about his trade deadline. He did take some pretty big swings at the best names out there. He made a try for Tarek Skubal, who, as we know, went to the Dodgers, felt that the price was too high. He couldn't get them off a couple prospects they were asking for. I think one of them may have been George Lombard Jr., now the starting shortstop for the Yankees. Another one that they tried for was Ashley Rutschman. Cashman had talked a lot about finding a catcher. He thought that was an area of need for this team, had talked about it for quite some time. The price for Rutschman was huge. The Red Sox winded up, paying 3 of their top 5 prospects in order to get him. So I think there were holes Cashman still could have filled, and I think a lot of fans are probably disgruntled, thinking that his trade deadline haul was a little light. Time will tell if they're correct about that, and we'll see what they manage to do going forward.
So what do you think that means, in your opinion, for October baseball?
I think they're still pretty well situated to making the playoffs for sure. I think the Rays could be tough to catch. The Rays did bolster themselves as well. They did get a catcher that could help them. They also got Freddie Peralta from the Mets as a starting pitcher, so the Rays got better. The Red Sox, as I mentioned, with Adley Rutschman, also got better and are playing among, the Red Sox, who could make an argument for being the best team in baseball right now. So it's going to be a dogfight down to the end for the Yankees. I do think they'll make it to October. They'll be in the playoffs. Will it be the division? I'm not so sure. And they could meet an old friend in the first round of the playoffs with the Red Sox, which I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to. But it's going to be a pretty suspenseful, I think, final 2 months of the year.